Up next, on the spot, Mario & Company take it to the hole in Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS. Then we're off to restore the color balance in Capcom's anticipated Okami for the PlayStation 2. We'll then check in with 50 Cent and the G-Unit. Now on the PSP, give you a look at the world-exclusive premiere of the Medal of Honor Heroes trailer, plus check out new action on 99 Nights, Age of Empires 3 War Chiefs, and more. It's all here, live and on the spot.
Hello.
How's it going? Welcome to On the Spot. I'm Jeff Gerstmann. We got everybody over here today.
Everyone's sitting down. We're all lazies.
Carrie Gooskos, Ryan Davis.
What up?
Hello.
Everyone over here. So how you guys doing?
Good.
It's good.
Everyone except Rich Gallup.
Right. That guy, he's eating barbecue somewhere, doing something. What do people do on vacation? Is that what they do? They eat barbecue and lay around on a beach?
Sit on the beach, get sunburned. I think that's about it.
They just hang out and get laced. All right, I can relate to that. But enough about that. We have got a great show for you today.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah, we totally do. And we're going to send it over to the show's newest correspondent who's going to run down everything we've got on the show. Right, Zombie J? Uh-huh. Yeah,
That sounds great.
Awesome.
That sounds like a great show.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm stoked.
Cool.
I'm stoked.
So let's get right into what you were talking about. We have a trailer here for Age of Empires 3: The War Chiefs, an expansion for Age of Empires 3, coming out later this year. So check it out.
My name is Wallace Watchie. I'm the producer on the Age of Empires 3 War Chiefs expansion pack. One of the things we realized was that no one had really done Native Americans the way we thought they could be done. And we settled on that and said, you know, let's try to do this really good and add something that's new and different that people might expect. Well, the differences of the Native American civilizations for the European ones is that they actually have all new units, a fire pit, where they actually do dances, and that will supplement their economy or their military power. They also have a war chief unit that is much more powerful than the explorer equivalent of the European. One of the new things that we've added to the European civilization is a building called the saloon. The saloon allows the player to build either outlaws or mercenaries. So they can build any mercenary, and that's random. The outlaw itself is dependent on what map they're playing. So if it's a water type map, they'll have pirates. If it's an inland map, they'll have pistoleros or comancheros. We've added about 6 new maps. We have California, Northwest Territory. We also have the Andes, which actually groups the natives in a certain area, so making that like the place that you want to sort of control. Revolution is something we've added, and it's an option that players have. Instead of going to the Imperial Age, they can actually do is revolt. And at that point, they get a new home city. All of their villagers turn into militia. And they can no longer build villagers, they can only build militia. Out of the home city, they can ship like ironclads, Gatling guns, and more militia. So players who may be ahead have this option now to actually turn most of their economy into a fighting force and end the game early. And depending on timing, players who feel like they might be on the edge of losing but still have a chance can also use Revolution to turn the tide of the game. It takes a lot of strategy and just good timing, and sometimes it takes a lot of cooperation with other players in the game. Now there's more give and take, there's a little more rushing, so it's a much more action-packed, sooner, and it makes for quicker games. One of the things that we wanted to do for multiplayer was ensure that people that have been playing the game for a year will keep their original account with all their home city information and all their deck information, all the friends and clan info. And it was just a way for us to not only keep our fans happy that have been loyal and been playing the game for a year, but also because we didn't want to segment the online community. We wanted to feel like it's still one. We weren't going to just add new civilizations, but we were also going to give back to the players that have been playing the original 8 European civilizations. And I think they're going to be very happy with the content we're delivering. The Age 3 War Chiefs expansion pack will be available for PCs this fall.
And we are back. Brad Shoemaker.
Hi.
You're here. We're over here on the standing set.
I'm here, yeah.
And you have brought a crazy import DS game with you from Japan.
It is crazy.
Fresh from Japan.
Let me see if I can get this right. Mario Basketball 3-on-3.
I think it's Mario
like
3-on-3 basketball.
They're changing the name here. It's,
okay.
It's like Hoops 3-on-3 here, but you know, same thing. Basketball.
So we're talking about Mario playing. Now, this isn't the first time Mario has played basketball.
No, Mario is definitely kind of a sports aficionado at this point. He's all over the place with sports. But yeah, so they've got a new basketball game out on the DS. And I'm just going to fire it right up.
All right, yeah, let's get into it. So this is 3-on-3, as the name states.
Yeah,
so this is a simple kind of pickup game.
As you can see, it is heavily Japanese.
Right, a lot of Japanese text in here. I'm just going to ask the question first because everyone else is going to ask it eventually.
Okay.
Is how import-friendly would you say this is?
Well,
just right off the bat.
As you can see, it's pretty heavy on the Japanese text. It does have a lot of tutorial modes, but it's all Japanese in there too. So
okay,
it's kind of hard to figure out what you're doing if you can't read anything, but you can pick it up and play it pretty quick.
But the actual gameplay doesn't really hinge on you knowing a bunch of Japanese.
No, and also there's plenty of like facts and stuff online at this point that tell you what's going on. But the game is out here in September, so if you can wait a little while.
September, you say?
Yes.
That's not that long at all.
No, it's not.
It's like August already.
Is it really?
It really is.
I thought it was July.
No, dude, you're behind.
Okay, so I'm putting my team together here. You just pick some people and drag them into the hoop.
Now I see you have a bunch of characters here, a lot of standard kind of Mario characters. Is there more than this?
Yeah, just to answer the inevitable question, there are Square characters in here because Square Enix is a developer of this game, actually.
Okay.
So
that's kind of surprising.
It is, yeah. Well, they've been farming these Mario sports games out to different developers for a while. But,
that's true, but you don't necessarily think
Square Enix
and then Hoops
and Mario.
Basketball are pretty much the same thing at this point, right?
Hello, Blitzball.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, there are in fact some Final Fantasy characters in here that I have not.
in there. He's my favorite.
Sorry, sorry, dude. No.
Aww. All right, so you're playing Hoops against Donkey Kong
I just stole.
Just like in my dreams.
And now I'm passing. See, it's basketball.
So what are you doing control-wise? How
totally
is this
basketball.
Is this all just you're using face buttons?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Nintendo's been emphasizing the touchscreen as a control device for a while with different DS games. You can do that in this.
Nice layup.
Thanks. If you want, you can play. Okay, you always control your guy with the D-pad, but all your other functions can be performed with the touchscreen if you want.
Okay.
I personally found that to be a little imprecise. It's not the best at figuring out what you want it to do. And you can use the face buttons basically to do the same stuff. So it's a little easier just to kind of stick with traditional controls.
All right, let's get some questions from the users coming in here.
Let's.
Of course, that is one of the best features of On the Spot.
That's
is that,
right.
You, the viewers, can go ahead and, if you are a premium member, you can go ahead and fill in the form to the side of the player here, and we'll ask it on the air.
What he said. All right, Daniel Avila from Temple, Texas wants to know, is there any Wi-Fi online? Is a Wi-Fi connection enabled and all that?
Wi-Fi, yes. Online, no. You can play.
Okay, so you can play with other players, just not.
You can play local two-player. You do have to have two carts, though.
All right, so I'm seeing like red shells and coins falling out of Waluigi and all this craziness. So what sort of like ill Mario-isms are in here?
Yeah, okay, so kind of like Mario Kart, you can see the little coin blocks are embedded in the court. And basically running over those, if the other team has possession and you run over one of those, you'll get an item out of it, like a red shell, banana peel, all that. See, there's a mushroom. Yeah, I mean, it's just all the typical kind of Mario items. And
so
then,
it's just kind of like they took the concepts from like Mario Kart and then just said,
yeah, so
and
like,
now it's basketball.
Like you can throw a red shell at a guy to try to steal the ball from him. When you have possession, you can see right there, I just got 21 points off that basket. Basically, you pick up coins by dribbling on those blocks, and then when you make a basket, it acts as kind of like a modifier. So like it sort of multiplies by the coins that you have, and you get more points. So
I'm going to assume here from the setting of the level with the jungly background that we are in like a Donkey Kong level here.
Yeah.
Are there other what other themed levels?
There's like there's a Luigi's Mansion where the ghosts will like hover over you and like snatch the ball when you try to shoot sometimes. There's one where the baskets are actually replaced by giant piranha plants. So obviously like it's pretty hard to dunk on those. Just all kinds of stuff like that.
Jeff do we have more questions from our viewers?
Indeed, we do. Frederick in Denmark wants to know, does the game include tournaments, etc.? What kind of game options are there in there?
If you saw me starting up the game initially, there's the kind of Mario Kart style different cups. There's like the Flower Cup, the Star Cup, the Mushroom Cup, and stuff like that. So there's like a single-player kind of career mode or whatever. It's also got an exhibition mode where you can just play like a single game. It's got some like skill challenges, like shooting challenges and stuff, and I think that's actually how you unlock some of the stuff. So it seems like there's a decent amount of different modes.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Brad, thanks for coming and showing Mario
Thanks for having
3-on-3
me.
Hoops.
Something like that, yeah.
You say it's out in the States in September,
That's
and we
right.
have a preview of the Japanese version up on the site right now.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming by.
Sure.
Gonna throw it back over to Rich or to Jeff and Carrie, and Rich, who's not here. You got Okami.
Rich is here in spirit.
But, you know, we don't have Rich, but you know what we do have, guys?
What?
I know what we have.
Bubbles. Yeah.
Oh, so luxurious.
It's
I
like
feel
a
like I'm on the
Lawrence
Welk
show over here. That's enough bubbles for now, because we have Okami, Carrie, crazy cell-shaded wolf game drawing. That's all there is to this game, right? What show it to me. What's
All
going
right,
on?
I'll show it to you. I actually just ran and grabbed this and said, I want to do this because the English version we have now, we've had the import has been out for a while, and we've previewed that, and we've even previewed the English version. But so we've got the game here, and basically what I'm going to show is just kind of one of the puzzles in the game. It's very early on, so it's not going to spoil anything too much for people. And this is a game that it's an action game, and there's fighting, and there's all kinds of puzzle elements to it, but it's also got this sort of adventure and a lot of text elements. So there's a lot of dialogue, but this section isn't terribly dialogue heavy. And what you're doing through a lot of the game is uncovering new techniques for the brush. The character that you play is the wolf character. It's a nature goddess that has come down to Earth and is trying to restore peace and harmony to the Earth, and does so by cleaning up some of the mess that's going on. And she uses a brush, which is sort of the very interesting mechanic about this game, and I'll show it right now. This is the brush mechanic, and what I'm doing basically is just beating this guy to the punch and killing that.
So you can effectively
flame.
just pause the action at any point.
You pause it, yeah, and it actually turns into like the page of a book, and I'm moving the analog stick. I'm just moving this around so I can do anything I want. I think on the show we've written things before, so maybe I won't write anything foul right now, but that wasn't very good. But it worked, thank you. And so you use both the fighting mechanics in the game and the brush mechanics to get a lot of stuff done, and I didn't do very good at that, so I'm going to do it again. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on in this game, and from what we're seeing so far is there's just a ton of things to uncover. There's this main storyline, but there's also just a ton of other things going on, and we're over here likening it a lot to Zelda because there's so many different aspects to the game that you want to, there's all these different things to unlock. You could spend the whole game unlocking many different items in the game, like going around finding all the trees that need to be cleaned, doing, all that stuff. I was looking at you and I didn't pay attention, but anyway.
All right, maybe we should just get some questions going from the people at home. Ryan, what do you got over there?
Such as Stephen Wolcott from Madison wants to know, is there any multiplayer in Okami?
No, I can say pretty much with authority that there isn't any. I don't know what the final plans are, but I think it's intended to be a single-player game.
Yeah, it's if it's a game we're comparing to Zelda and kind of that kind of adventure-y style game, not a whole lot of room for multiplayer in there.
And you don't want it. From what I've seen so far, I've played the import extensively, and what I've seen so far is that there's a lot to this game. It seems pretty long.
Could you give any sort of
now I'm hacking on this bear, and he's going to wake up, and he's going to get off this ball, which he had no business standing on, and I'm going to use it for stuff.
Puzzle solving.
Puzzle solving.
It's the wave of the future.
Yeah,
Ryan, what do you got?
Dustin Helfrich from Beaver Falls and a whole bunch of other people all want to know, how long is this game going to be? Is this going to be something that you can bang out in an afternoon? Is this going to be something that's a little more substantial?
Absolutely will not be able to bang it out in an afternoon. I have not beaten it yet. I'm kind of... I'm trying to resist the urge to keep playing the Japanese version because this is a game that has a lot of story, and I want to learn the story in the English version. But absolutely going to take you some time. I will say this is a long game. I think I've given numbers in my preview before, and they've ranged in the 30s of hours. So it's
that's lengthy.
I don't know if it's that much. You can check the previews to find out for sure. But yeah, it's going to be long.
It seems like the sort of game, like you were saying, it'll have extra stuff for people who want to get more out of it, but probably like a shorter kind of critical path.
Right, exactly.
Cool. Anything else, Ryan?
Yes, my man Kirby 106 from Michigan.
Word up.
Is the paintbrush easy to control / use?
Absolutely. What was the guy's name?
Kirby 106.
Kirby 106.
Kirby _106.
Yes.
Okay, all
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Kirby _106. I mean, since you're using the analog stick, it's basically like just drawing. In fact, I could probably write his name if I wanted to. If I was any good at drawing. See?
You write good.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, it's not perfect. It's kind of like, remember Jeopardy when you could write your name on Jeopardy on the PlayStation? Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough for their purposes. You're just going to get Kirby, dude. But there you go.
Which Kirby is it, though? There are over 105 out there.
I don't know.
Going out to all the Kirby.
All right, for much Kirby love. Last question, Ryan.
Dervin Sanchez from Chicago wants to know: is the way that you battle repetitive? Like, it seems like you kind of are doing the same thing over and over again.
Good question. I would say when I was playing, after hour 10 of playing the Japanese version, I tried to avoid battles. I started to avoid them. The cool thing about battles is you get new weapons, and the weapons have different functions depending on whether they're primary or your secondary weapon. And you'll also be able to use the paintbrush while fighting. So there are different ways to fight, but it does seem kind of like you're going to be hacking the guys for a while. But I found, especially in the overworlds, you could sort of maneuver away from the battles if you wanted to.
Cool. All right. Well, that is Okami, coming soon from Capcom. Be sure to check out the site for more on this. But right now, Carrie, it's crazy. Right now, we have world exclusive crazy. You know what?
Bubbles!
This calls for bubbles.
You know what they look like? They look like little points flying through the air.
Flying through the air. Each one an individual achievement. All right. It's time now for the trailer for Medal of Honor Heroes. Check out this. You probably haven't seen it anywhere else before. Take a look.
All right, that was Medal of Honor, exclusive, amazing,
Yeah.
and look at where I am.
You're real tall
I'm
now.
at the desk. Just gonna put my feet up right
I'm
now.
all short.
What's up?
Uncool.
All right, seriously,
Uncool.
no, so you brought by a game for us,
Yes, I brought a game to show off to you here.
and that game is 99 Nights. Tell me what you brought.
This is 99 Nights, and this is from Fanagram and Q Entertainment, the people that did Kingdom Under Fire and the people that did Luminous. Sure, why not,
You know
right?
what that calls for?
What? Those are my bubbles.
Bubbles,
I
baby.
brought in that bubble juice from home.
Bubbles.
This is. Don't show her with the bubble juice. Oh. All right, let's 99 Nights. You run around and you hack stuff up. It's one of those games that just swarms people on you, and as such, here are people swarming on me. This is the second playable character that you get here, and this is Asfar. He's the older brother of Infi, who is the first character that we showed on the show a while back.
Sure.
And basically what this game does is it tells you a similar story or stories set against this humans versus goblins war from a lot of different perspectives. So with the brother's perspective, like the levels seem different. You're actually rolling around with Infi as the brother here.
Nice. And you've unlocked him because you played through with her.
Right. Yeah. You start out with only her, then you have to unlock 2 more characters with beating it with her, and then it just kind of goes from there.
All right. So this, would you say actually, and I don't mean to just skip right ahead, but would you say that there's a room for replay value with this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, replay value is kind of built in to some extent because each character's missions are different. It's not like you're beating it with one character and then doing the same mission over and over again. Some of these characters have like wildly different campaigns, so it definitely is worth playing through multiple times.
All right, cool. So what are the basic mechanics of this game? I see like red and stuff flying at you.
The basic mechanics of this game are I'm going to hit X a bunch, and sometimes I'm going to hit Y, and then people are going to die.
Hit Y, dude.
All right.
Bra.
Bra. Y is the upward slash that
nice.
Will knock people into the air.
That's really cool.
And see, basically, you earn experience as you go, and that's what one of the things that those red orbs do. Mm-hmm. They'll charge up your meter that you can use to unleash like super attacks, but then they also act as XP, and then you level up and you get more ridiculous combos that just have you, just popping people up into the air and jacking them while they're up there. It gets all crazy.
What's with that giant arrow?
That giant arrow is. Well, here's one of the orb attacks here. This is me wiping out fools. And then you get different colored orbs on top of that, which charge up an even different super meter that does an even more super attack.
And so basically this game is just about jacking fools.
Basically, this is Jack and Fools the game. There are some missions where you're like protecting a character. You kind of get some of the characters have kind of deeper objectives there, but for the most part, you're rolling around with your 2 platoons of guys and killing people, wiping them out.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you have any questions coming in on 99 Nights?
Totally do. Lick from Medford, MA wants to know, does the game include the Japanese track because the English dub in the demo sucks?
The English dub in the demo, the English in this game sucks, flat out.
All right.
Yeah, we'll save it for the review for anything more detailed than that, I guess. But no, as far as I can tell, the Japanese text is not in there.
All right, Ryan, another question?
Damari G from Evansville, will there be cooperative play?
No.
No.
One player.
So there's nothing at all?
Nope. As far as like replay value, if you want to play it with the same character multiple times, you do retain your character's level. You can go back and play levels again, and you get a ranking for each level, and the achievement points are tied into getting each character to level 9 and finishing each level with an A rank. So
the achievement points are you have to basically finish each level. So with each character.
Yeah.
So they're kind of tough.
No, not especially because I mean the gameplay really is just kind of mashing buttons and making people die. So
they're kind of long though because you have to play through a lot.
You do.
Yeah, okay.
So there's replay value in kind of making sure that you're getting the best ranking by making sure that you're doing most of the killing and not your platoon, or making sure you're finishing quickly. Now this is Infi here, so this whole level is kind of a little sparring match between Asfar and his younger sister here. So just kind of figuring out who's going to lead the army into battle from here. So if you're playing as Infi, you win the battle and she leads the army and it goes from there. If you play as Asfar, then things play out a little differently.
Oh, interesting. And so what do you think of the story in this game?
So far, it seems interesting from what I've seen so far.
It's not like horribly generic or...
It kind of is, yeah. It's from what I've seen, but the different characters that you unlock along the way do kind of tell different stories. So we'll have to see if those characters end up telling more interesting stories.
Right.
Right now, as you play through with Infi, she has to make some interesting decisions between avenging her father's death and saving a village and stuff like that. So it's war, basically.
Hey Ryan, one last question.
Yes, Nikki Platinum from Cincinnati, Cincy, wants to know: does each character have one weapon, or can you earn more?
You earn more weapons as you play. You actually can outfit your character with items and different upgrades as you go, but they don't really have a huge impact on the game. You'll see stat increases like the ability to attack at a greater range, but the sword doesn't get longer or anything like that. So each character has different weapons as well as items that'll increase their luck or their defense or their hit points and things like that. But for the most part, it's you with the same style of item. So Asmar is always going to use a longer kind of lance weapon. Infi's always going to have a sword type weapon. And the combos don't change really depending on what weapon you have.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for bringing that by.
Anytime.
Do you know when the game's coming out?
The game is coming out August 15th.
So soon. So very soon. 14th?
14th.
All right.
Very
sounds
soon
very
now.
good. I heard a rumor.
Really?
We got someone on set.
Someone on, really?
Yeah. G-Unit!
Oh, dip!
Oh, dip!
Oh, dip!
The latest member of the G-Unit is on set, and that would be Brad Shoemaker over there with Ryan Davis.
Really?
How's it going, guys?
We are over here
I'm buying
watching
the
the
Brad
Up in the
Shoemaker
Club
Reeboks.
video right now, and it's awesome. Brad's back, and you brought
I got to do another one of
50
these.
cent Bulletproof
Yes,
G-Unit
G-Unit
edition.
edition.
This is for the PSP.
Yes.
Now,
Certainly is.
this isn't the game that came out on the Xbox,
Well,
PlayStation 2.
It is and it isn't. It's got the same storyline, basically.
Okay.
In fact, like the cinematics, if you played the game last year, you're going to remember all the cinematics. They're basically the same.
So,
Same.
but the actual gameplay is...
But the gameplay, yeah, let me...
So the long and short of the story is 50 gets shot 9 times.
Something like that, yeah. And you're out
Is that
there...
right? 9?
Today's headline.
9 times.
9 times.
Yeah,
That's a
you're-
lot of times to get shot. So then 50 is back to get his vengeance.
He is.
Let
me
which
turn
he
off-
gets by.
Let me turn off Into Club here and actually get into the game.
So there are actually some cool music videos.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
can
Very
unlock...
cool, dogs.
Yes, homie. You can unlock videos and songs and all that kind of stuff that you'd expect while you're playing through the game.
But the actual gameplay itself, like so, the original 50 Cent Bulletproof was like just like a third-person
Third
action
person,
game.
yeah.
But now
This one is actually a lot more like actually a little bit like kind of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, Champions of Norath, like.
So it's got kind of like an
overhead-
action RPG.
Like, let me pull out my 9 here. Yeah, so like
Oh, you grabbed that guy.
you can see I'm all like doing an
pull out my
execution
9.
move on this guy.
Oh God, you just shot that guy. So this game is rated M for mature.
Totally, yeah.
You just kicked that guy and got loot
I'm
out of
kicking
him.
and money
I
is
don't
coming
even
out.
know if we can show this game. You're fucking down fools with reckless abandon. You know?
I totally am here.
He's keeping it gangster
Man,
on the
just
PSP.
Stay on this picture of Brad and Ryan here, because it's too gangster. It's too gangster. We can't show it. Don't even show me. It's making me too gangster. All right.
All right, yeah. Bubbles, they're not gay.
All right. Bubbles are all right. We're going to offset some of the gangsterism.
Are we
here with Bubbles.
corrupting the youth here or what? I don't know.
So what's your mission? What the hell are you doing? man?
In this particular mission, I am trying to infiltrate this crazy mansion and bust through some security system and find K-Dogs. So, yeah, I'm just running around basically shooting a bunch of guys and trying to find the door.
Now you say that I mean, we see the perspective. Does it actually share like a experience system?
It's not that RPG like, but you can actually see like hit points popping up from the guys when I shoot them though. So,
So you know how many
yeah, and obviously
how
it's
many
got
damages you're doing to
yes,
them.
obviously it's got the loot aspect where I'm just kicking money out of them and stuff. So
Just like in real life.
Yep. So there's a lot of different weapons in the game. I got a sawed-off shotgun here that is pretty quick at taking these guys out.
I've seen so far. You got a billy club. You've got a 9. You've got a grenade up there. What other sort of weapons can you?
I've got my guns here, my fists or whatever. Like it's actually got a pretty.
Oh, you're dropping the dogs.
I already took that guy out.
dropping bees.
Let me find somebody else to fight. But okay, here we go. It's actually got a pretty detailed grappling system where you can grab a guy, you can throw him. Let me get back up. You can actually do these different execution moves, like I just snap the dude's neck
That
there.
was raw, Brad.
Yeah,
There's also
totally.
I saw
am
some.
pretty raw.
Can you show one of the disarm moves? I saw that earlier, and that was really awesome.
How do you do that?
Square.
Square is throw. Let me see. You can use them as human shields. I'm totally getting jacked here.
You are popping them fangs, Lo.
I'm going to ask a question.
Carrie, I was just gonna say, do you have questions?
I have a lot of questions. Emil Grendelman from Zwol wants to know, are there more characters besides members of the G unit, and then adds word up?
Yes, word and stuff. There are different characters in the game, of course. Like if you played the game last year, Eminem has a role in the game and that kind of thing.
He plays a dirty cop.
He's like a corrupt cop. If he's talking about actually playing as different characters, the multiplayer has different character models from like the G unit and stuff. But
There's other characters also in the multiplayer from the game.
Yeah, from the game as well.
But if he's asking if there's other like rappers, I don't believe so.
Well,
Dre.
In the multiplayer, you can play as like Tony Ayo, like Lloyd Banks in the multiplayer, but they're just different skins. So.
I'll ask another question. Rich Gallup said something about getting ice cream. No, all right. Nintendo Theater from Chicago. Is the majority of the music in this game original works by 50 Cent or just his classics?
Yes.
I can't. Yes.
Brad?
I can't say that I'm terribly well versed in the works of the artist, but
from what I can tell so far, from what I've seen of the game, it sounds like it's using a lot of the same music that was in the console versions of 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Yeah, and a lot of that was you had a lot of the songs that 50 and his posse made popular. In addition to that, there were a lot of new instrumental tracks that were thrown in there. So you got some new instrumental beats to go behind menus and stuff.
Definitely in the style.
For the most part, it also had popping them things and in the club.
You can find me in the club.
The hits.
Oh, one more question. Eugene Lee from Thornhill. How does the shooting work? Is it a lock-on system?
Yeah. Let me get over here and fight this guy, and I'll show you.
So you're at a boss encounter
now.
This
is another cop that I'm fighting here. Basically, you can see that little colored circle around the guy's feet indicates that I'm locked on, and you can see that you just basically rotate around him like an axis.
And you're just holding the shoulder button to do that.
Yeah, you just hold the shoulder button, and it turns green. Basically, it shows you're going to get maximum damage when you shoot him. Like if you only lock on for half a second, you're going to do less damage.
So the longer you lock on, the more effective your lock on is.
Exactly.
Very cool. This game looks pretty promising, Brad. When is this hitting the streets?
When is it going to drop?
This one drops.
When does the block get hot?
This one drops at the end of the month.
End of the month.
Yes.
Damn! And, preview is up on the site right now.
Yeah, you can go check some videos out and whatnot.
Excellent, Brad. Thanks for coming by and showing that off.
Yep.
Carrie, I'm going to let you set up this next bit.
Sure, sounds good.
What's up?
So I'm the features editor. And every time I do anything, Rich likes to joke about how I always like to pimp our features. Well, I'm going to do it.
Well, you're at the desk for like a couple more minutes. So
yeah, I'm going to turn the bubbles on and pimp some
right.
features. So you and I got together.
Yeah.
And I played through a bunch of games, and we wrote some scripts, and we hashed it out. And we put together 5 games in 60 seconds. So Each one 60 seconds long, and this is something that we're going to plan to keep doing. So, but we also want you guys to submit your own. So what we're going to do is just show one of them. It's going to be Monkey Island, The Secret Monkey Island, the first game of the series by Ron Gilbert, a brilliant game. You'd think we wouldn't be able to do it in 60 seconds, but we've sort of covered all the bases for you guys. So check it out, and also remember that after you've watched it and you've thoroughly enjoyed it, try submitting your own game in 60 seconds, and just make sure you tag it Game in 60 Seconds. So let's check it out.
Right, in Monkey Island, you play as this guy named Thriftweed. No, Seatgood. No, whatever. It's not important. Anyway, so you're this dude, and you just arrived at this place called Melee Island, and you want to be a pirate. So you walk around telling everyone how you want to be a pirate, and that you are a pirate. You're just kind of hoping that they'll just believe you. Turns out they never believe you, so you actually have to prove you're a pirate, which means passing 3 trials, aka talking to a whole bunch more pirates. But one pirate that you don't really want to talk to is this ghost pirate named LeChuck, who's going to try and kill you for another 4 games, so be prepared for that. Anyway, so the governor of this island is this hot, aggressive chick named Elaine who has to hit on you because you're a dope who can't ever make your own move. Anyway, there's this local authority, but he's really LeChuck in disguise. He tries to drown you, but Guybrush Peepwood can really hold his breath for a long time underwater. Also, the puzzle isn't hard. So most of the game's about insult sword fighting, which is where you meet a pirate, you call him names, he says something rude to you, and you just have to come up with a witty response. Then the hot governor chick gets kidnapped by the ghost pirate. You end up traveling to this place called Monkey Island, which has a giant monkey head that needs its ears cleaned out. You beat the game by spraying root beer on ghost pirates. They don't like root beer. Then watch the funny credits.
That game was awesome.
Yeah, Monkey Island is an awesome game. It definitely deserves more than 60 seconds. Carrie, we do a lot of crazy stuff around here. We get to put together stuff like that. You get to hit the bubbles, because this is big.
Whatever do you mean?
I don't know. So we're to lay it out right here. We're giving away a lot of real crazy stuff right now. We've got our tournament TV coming up for Battle for Middle-earth 2 on the 360, and also a big contest. You can win a car. That's ridiculous. So let's check out, a car. So watch these videos and learn more about it.
Look out! Kingdoms fall to the armies of the Dark Lord Sauron. Soldiers fall to the swords of the orcs and the Nazgul. But hope is not lost. The great King Theoden has decreed a tournament. 48 of the best fighters in Middle-earth in a tournament to prove who is the best. 48 will enter the battlefield, but only one will leave as king of the hill. On the 4th day of August in the year of 2006, when the sun hits the hour of 4 on the Pacific time, the battle will commence. 3 players will compete against each other in a tug-of-war battle to see who is the strongest until only one is left. The winner will receive a $600 gift certificate to Best Buy. But don't forget those who sacrifice their time and their pride for our amusement. The second place winner will receive a $300 gift certificate from Best Buy, while the third place finisher will receive a $100 gift certificate from Best Buy. Select viewers watching this tournament live are eligible for prizes as well. In these dark times, we must find moments to make us smile. The good may fall to evil, but we are still stronger. This tournament will prove that within us all there is a king waiting to rule. Do you have what it takes?
Do your wheels rule the streets? Prove it now to win a Honda Civic SI in the Get Juice Video Upload Contest brought to you by TH2 and Honda. The competition may be stiff, but entering is easy. Just follow these steps. 1. Rev up your Juice to Eliminate a PSP game. 2. Trick out your Honda Civic SI. 3. Hit the streets in your Civic SI for some sick road racing. 4. Grab video footage from your flashiest show-off maneuvers. 5. Throw in some witty commentary. 6. Upload your gameplay video to GameSpot. 7. Rally your crew to vote for your video at GameSpot. The 10 videos with the most votes will enter the final round. GameSpot's pro team will select the winners from the final 10. You can score extra points for the slickest customizations, tightest moves, and most entertaining content. The winner will be the lucky new owner of a Honda Civic SI. But wait, there's more! Voters can win too! For each vote cast, you will be entered into a random drawing for a chance to win some glorious gaming goods. 5 first-place winners will receive a copy of THQ's Juice Eliminator and a PSP to play it on. 10 second-place winners will get a PSP copy of Juice Eliminator. For all details, check out the contest page. But before you start revving up your engine, here's a few tips for grabbing the best PSP video footage. Check this out. Get yourself in a dark room, point the camera at the screen, and hold your PSP steady. Now put your tape in, and good luck.
Tell you what, why don't you show me what you can do? If you want, we can put a little money down to make it more interesting.
All right.
All right.
So that's
yo,
crazy.
Can I have a car?
No, you're not eligible.
That's garbage, man.
Yeah, well, I don't. Maybe we can find a way to make you eligible or something.
Whatever. So anyway, pretty high-profile Xbox Live Arcade game. You and I like to wax poetic about Xbox Live Arcade all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty high-profile Xbox Live Arcade game was released. I was actually really impressed that you and Greg both did shaky home cam video cams, waiting for the download of Street Fighter 2 / Hyper Fighting. Dash Hyper Fighting.
Duh.
Sorry.
What's your problem, Gary?
I'm biased against punctuation. So anyway, why don't you just give a little kind of overview while Greg gets himself set up and into the zone?
Yeah, sure. So this is basically designed to be a version of probably the greatest 2D fighter ever made, and that's Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, which came out in arcades. It was the second upgrade to Street Fighter 2. Champion Edition added the ability to play as the bosses, and then Turbo was kind of the response to like all the weird hacks and stuff out there. They made it so Ken and Ryu could do hurricane kicks in the air. It was wild business. And now Greg is here playing it on the Xbox 360. Now they added online play to this game, but unfortunately that didn't pan out quite as well as
it's all right, but
yeah.
So Greg, are you in your profile right now?
Yes.
You are?
Though I'm playing against the computer right here because I intend to unlock the last of 12 achievements.
So I know what your last of the 12 achievements is because I was looking at your thing this morning.
Yeah.
Basically, you need to win without losing a round.
Yes, I need to beat the game against the computer without giving up a single round.
Okay, I'm throwing it on the gauntlet right now. You can't do it.
All right, we'll see.
All right, so you're going to play through right now and see if you can do it.
That's Honda down. So
can you talk a little about the game?
Go.
Yeah, sure. Basically, I'm showing the best part of it. Because the offline, like the playing against the computer or playing against another player, sitting next to you on the couch or something, that's all fine. For the most part, this is an arcade perfect conversion. They did mess up like a few little sound effects, which is really odd, and the game defaults to like a slightly faster speed than what the arcade cabinets did. So that kind of stuff like sort of threw us off because it's so close for the most part, but the little inaccuracies do stick out. The online play is, of course, the part that we're like really excited about, but it's just sort of laggy, and you can get used to it, but it's really not the same as playing someone at the arcades or playing someone next to you.
Right.
In the end, it's still definitely like a nice nostalgia trip, and it's still a pretty cool fighting game, but it's really not for everyone. I think one of the bigger shocks to people was how hard the computer is in the single-player mode. People are like, I don't remember this game being this hard, but in fact, it actually was. They might remember the Super Nintendo version, which I think the difficulty was toned down or more reasonable. But in the arcade, since this was the second upgrade to Street Fighter II, by that time, the developers are like, we're just going to make this really hard because people keep pumping quarters into it, and they've all gotten really good. So
how do you expect to beat this, to win this achievement point?
Because I played a whole bunch of Street Fighter back in the day. That's why. And Baraka Clone has just sent me a message. So
Baraka Clone would like to play you, I bet.
And he's now banned.
Yeah. So
for getting in the way.
Another weird thing is like the control. Like I was pretty surprised at how the controls. Why did he just do no damage to me at all? That was very odd. Actually, in the interest of full disclosure, which is going to make me sound not very good at this game, I'm playing at the weakest difficulty. This is the bottom difficulty. I discovered you can unlock the achievements playing at the lowest possible difficulty.
Ain't no shame in that.
Granted,
got to get points.
One of the so now to counter that, one of the achievements involves beating the game at the highest difficulty setting. That was one of the first ones I unlocked, so of course I did have to continue a bunch of times in order to do that. There's certain tricks involved in beating the AI, that's for sure. It's got characters like Guile. When you're playing as them, you have to actually charge up your move, but the computer doesn't actually have to do stuff like that. He could just bust out sonic booms and flash kicks like nobody's business and all that.
Crazy. So are we ready with the other set? Are we ready to unfold
the mysteries?
The ridiculous lengths. It's
the things that we do.
It's Street Fighter, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, Street Fighter. Here we
have the Xbox 360 version here, but of course we have an arcade cabinet here in the office.
Yes.
And I believe we have some people standing by. There's Dave Toyster from the Data Group. Now he's over there playing the real game.
What's up, Dave? I'm jealous.
What's going on, guys?
Dude, you're getting hit.
Game. Don't look at us.
Don't lose, Dave. You're about to lose.
All right.
So now, Dave, you've been playing the Xbox 360 version as well, so
yes,
you've kind of run into a fair amount of the lag here. How would you describe the difference in speed? I mean, you're there playing the real thing right there.
The Xbox Live version is definitely like a tad too fast. You can definitely feel the difference when you're trying to pull off moves or jumping around. The guy just seems to move like, I don't know, maybe like a turbo notch or so above what the arcade version runs at.
Which is crazy, because there is no turbo notch in the arcade version of the game. That was all for the SNES or something.
It's like they made it a console version, but without the ability to change the speed.
And without the ability to change the difficulty to a reasonable level if you haven't been playing this game for 15 years.
So are we saying that even with online play, that we'd rather be playing a regular old Street Fighter II cabinet than the 360 version?
Yeah, I would say that goes without saying.
Yeah.
but even with even if it had choice online, I mean, is that kind of like the make or break it feature here?
I mean, that was, I think, the feature that offered the most promise. And hold on, I'm about to lose a round.
Stop talking, Greg.
Yeah.
In the meantime, do you have any questions over there, Ronnie? Oh, look at that! You got away with murder.
Yes.
Bart is Paris from Holland wants to know, for those of us who didn't grow up with Street Fighter II, do they offer simplified controls?
No.
So
in fact, it practically assumes you know everything there is to know about this game, and you know all the characters' special moves and all that. There is like a little help menu that like lists all the characters' moves, but whereas most fighting games, let you press start and like see the move list of the character you currently have selected, this game does not do that. But good old GameFAQs, our sister site, was one might argue it was born out of the fighting game movement.
For sure.
So you could go to GameFAQs if you got this game and you're trying to figure out strategies, and you'll find plenty of people.
I mean, the arcade cabinet over there, that didn't have any kind of moves list on it, right, Dave?
No, not for reptiles.
That's right, exactly. You got to figure that stuff out, man. You got to be the guy at the arcade that's like, yo, how do you shoot the gun? To figure out how to do all this
Somebody
stuff.
can throw her bracelets.
What?
Knock you out.
Yo, how do you do the handcuffs, dude?
So I'm about halfway through the ranks here.
Let's check in with Dave again. Dave, how's it going over there?
Oh, I just got beat by Zangief.
I'm on Zangief. What a crazy coincidence.
It's Street Fighter. Oh, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
This is not.
I have another question.
Damn right, it's great.
From our viewers at home, Sir Hank McJargan from Morganville.
He's not Sir. All right, no, all right, fine. No, not going to question it. Go.
Sir Hank wants to know: does the DOA 4 arcade stick work on Street Fighter?
I would imagine that it does. I haven't tested it yet, and I bet it works better than the directional. Assuming it does work, I bet it works better than the D-pad on the Xbox 360 controller, because the D-pad on the 360 controller does not work that well.
Yeah, and you can configure the buttons to your liking in this game, so it's.
Crap!
So it seems.
It's over.
Yeah.
Hopes and dreams shattered.
Hopes and dreams. You'll have to wait and unlock that achievement point when you're
Yes.
not on work time, Greg Kasavage.
Yeah, you're not going to stop him from playing Street Fighter.
I'm going to imagine
No,
I
I'm
didn't
not.
lose that round.
No, I'm not. Hey, Ryan, do you have any more questions over there?
No, I'm good.
Very good. Dave Twister, do you want to say anything about how awesome the arcade version is?
I sure do, Carrie.
I taught Dave everything there is to know
Then say
He
it.
wishes. He wishes.
about how to get beaten by Zangief.
You guys are both
Look at that.
keep losing to Zangief.
Oh, it's weird.
Oh,
Same game.
yeah, the arcade
There you
version
go.
is.
There we go. You guys
Well
both
played.
won.
Yeah.
We're
Congratulations.
all winners. Street Fighter is Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, Street Fighter. All right, so I think that's enough Street Fighter going on right now.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
So what do we have coming up next? I'm here at the desk. I have no one prepped me on this. We got trivia.
We have trivia. We have so last week John Tam was here with Guitar Hero 2.
He's a nice man.
Yeah, he brought over a crazy package with a guitar, a bass. It's going to include some amps, all from the fly folks at Gibson, these starter Epiphones. And we have a winner to the two-part trivia question. If you would hand me the laptop that's on the floor to your right, I can read the name.
Wait, I can read the name on the floor to my right?
Fine. If you want to, fine. You read it then. Forget I said anything. Just,
Is it this guy right here?
I don't know.
Wait, I'm going to open it. I'm just going to give it to some dude. Yeah, this is totally it. Let's turn the bubbles
Yeah.
on for this. This is totally it, right?
That is it.
All right, so are you ready?
Drum
Do
roll.
you want to say the answers? It's bubble roll.
Bubble roll.
Yeah.
We could say no longer make this poor guy wait anymore. Gaston Santiago
Yes.
is the winner.
Is
Gaston
the winner.
Santiago from Granada Hills, California is the
So
winner.
yeah, Gaston has enough gear to start like half a band now. Just buy some drums.
It's
and,
sweet.
Go to your local guitar store and put up something on the cork board saying,
Yeah.
looking for a drummer.
Looking
Wait,
for
yeah.
a drummer and a lead singer. Influences include Dokken, Winger, et al.
I want to include part of his email.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, John Tam rules. I really appreciate you guys having him on the show. It's great when he said the Guitar Hero is their way of paying homage to all the musicians out there. Once Guitar Hero 2 comes out, we fans will return the favor and make sure the Guitar Hero will shoot up the sales charts. Thank you very much for this opportunity to win these awesome Gibson guitars. I hope I win. So he's not only a winner, but he's a sportsmanship winner as well. Nice guy, nice email.
I don't know. He's talking up John Tam. Maybe they know each other. This is collusion. I don't know.
Well,
oh man.
let's hope he doesn't know him. And
Okay.
I hope he's just a good guy and he deserves it.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Congratulations, dude. Yeah. So that's
So
it.
Gaston, that is it, yeah.
That's it. You don't have any giveaway this week, right?
No giveaways this week. We'll find something around here.
You know what? We'll give away Rich Gallup's email address.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not
That's-
here.
Yeah.
Just
First,
just send in your name and we'll give it to
You
you.
can just give it to you.
Right.
There you go.
And his home address.
And his home. Nice.
Yeah.
This is getting sweeter
Exactly.
by the minute.
Exactly.
So that's it. This is enough for this crazy show. Ryan, Davis, do you have anything to say?
Nope, I'm good.
could
Me and Zombie J are just kicking it.
Could you give him a hug? There's been a lot of requests for you to give him a hug.
For Zombie J?
Yeah, please.
He's my zombie buddy.
Aw, that's really touching.
That zombie's gonna eat your zombies don't know love, Ryan. That zombie's
I
gonna
can
eat
teach
your
a zombie
brains,
to
dude.
love, Jeff.
You
Don't
can't
tell
teach
me
a
what I
zombie
can
to love
and
any
can't
more
do
than you can teach a
with
Terminator to not kill.
Greg, how's it going over there?
It's gone terribly, but at least I lost to myself, so I didn't really lose.
All right, well, I want to
just gonna
thank
go
you for
online.
bringing it by. I want to thank Brad for coming by with 50 Cent and Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
And thank you for bringing Okami.
I thank myself for bringing Okami. I thank you for bringing 99 Nights on by. And man, it's been a packed show. Thanks a lot to the studio crew who's helping us all out, everybody on the crew. And thanks most of all to you, the viewer. We'll see you next week when Rich Gallup is back and the madness finally ends on the spot.
Throw something. Oh, that was
Bubbles.
weak.
Bubbles!